Hello everybody, hope they are good. What a day yesterday. What a day. I think I just stayed in front of my laptop for 10 hours or so, but it was worth it because I got plenty of action in the charts. Our projection in the 1 hour time frame yesterday played out. We were talking about the idea that this was a W formation here. Okay, then you got the retrace here that also matched with the 50 MA in the 1 hour time frame, sorry, and the mid range. Okay, that's your continuation. We were talking that this was a good area to go in long. Okay, and the targets were the range quarter here. Okay, then you also got another retrace here if you notice, and continuation. Continuation where to? Well, to the 4 hour time frame wick that we were talking about for quite a long time. I'm talking about this week over here. Okay, you can see how it gets fully filled, and also the last target that we had, that was a deviation above the range highs. Okay, because we saw a lot of liquidity at 31,700 and 31,800, and if you notice the top of this move, it was at 31,804. Okay, so you can see the market maker can be quite accurate. Now what do I see in the charts? Okay, it's quite a difficult question, and I know that many of you want to hear my answer, but I think once that you hear my answer, you probably regret. I don't like it. I don't like it yet, okay? I don't like many things. I'll tell you why I don't like. I don't like how overly euphoric crypto Twitter and YouTube is at the moment. By the way, those guys are not traders. I think there are not many traders in crypto Twitter and on YouTube, okay? Most of them are just influencers. Well, the environment, it's very euphoric, okay? Very bullish. And if you notice here, it's playing out. If I ignore all the noise, I would tell you what I've been talking about for quite some time, a week or two, is playing out, that it's a deviation above the range highs. Take out that liquidity, fill that week, okay? And then get back into the range, consolidate under the range highs, and then maybe you can see a drop. Okay, could it play out? I mean, why not? This looks like a deviation to me at the moment. So also in the daily time frame, sorry, crypto Twitter is saying for some reason, at least in my feed, I can see people saying that the daily candle is bullish. I don't think the same, guys. And I'm telling you, I'm here trying to be as unbiased and neutral as possible. Okay, because the same as I was telling you that we were going to see a big move up from here, and it happened, and the bears didn't believe that. Now I'm telling you I don't like this, and the bulls are probably giving a dislike to this video now. But I'll just tell you what I see in the charts, okay? So I'll tell you what I don't think that this candlestick in the daily time frame is bullish, okay? You can see here, in this zone over here, all these weeks to the upside, okay? But they didn't manage to break above this zone, okay? I don't know, I think maybe blue. Okay, check out all these wicks here. Okay, a lot of wicks here. Price, multiple times attempt to break out of this zone, but they couldn't. Okay, yesterday, if you check the daily candle close, if you extend it, it's the same. Okay, they couldn't break above this zone. So, we saw a very fast move up, but still they couldn't break above this zone. And he also left a liquidity pool behind, okay? We're talking about this large green candle here, okay? So that's the first thing, that it couldn't break above this zone. I don't like that. If it would have closed, okay, the daily candle body above this zone here, okay, then that would be a different story for me, because then I can tell you, okay, then it's likely that if we manage to close the next daily candles, in this zone here, then it's very likely that you see price continue going higher. But it's not the case. It couldn't even break above this zone here. Okay, that's what I don't like. I don't think this daily candle close is bullish. In fact, I think it's bearish, in my opinion. We'll see how it plays out. Of course, anything can play out, but I'm just telling you what I think. It might be a different opinion than what you are getting used to see in Twitter in the last 12 hours or so, but at least that's what I think, okay? I see a deviation here, okay? I see a deviation. Now, if we range here below resistance, then, I'll have it clear we're going to go to the mid-range. Then what I would like to see is, another push up, break above the range highs, don't form an M formation, a double top, because if not, then you're gonna drop. So you need to see a push here that goes higher and breaks this high. Okay, then you can hold here, and then that will be my trigger to go long. Okay, that will be a scalp, because from here I'm telling you there is always resistance here in all this zone here in higher time frame. Okay, so that's what I think. Be careful of this deviation here. Be careful with the daily candle close, because I'm telling you, I don't think that's bullish at all. I don't know what you guys think, but I didn't manage to break above this zone. I don't understand how that can be bullish. Okay, so that's what I think, guys. Now let's go into high block capital. Let's go also to the order book. Let's see what is going on. Okay, what in high block capital? I just went through the open interest profile through different time frames, and I don't see really any gaps, any open interest gaps. They were all filled with the in yesterday's move. Okay, so that's a good thing. Okay, we don't have imbalances that we can check. Then if you go to the liquidation levels, I want to see the delta how it's looking. I think yesterday was around 15 billion. Let me check. Right now it's at $15 billion worth of long liquidation. So this is telling you that the position that it's at risk now, it's longs. Okay, because there are cumulative $15 billion worth of long liquidations. Okay, this number, 15 billions, I'll tell you. I couldn't tell you because it says 15 that it's gonna retrace straight away. Okay, if it was a 30, 40, then I would tell you, yeah, this is a good sign that price might retrace. On the right of the chart, if you check these spikes here, you got some interesting spikes here at 30,550 and a bit lower at 29,800. Okay, to the upside, really, if you look for spikes, you know, the spikes are not that big except this one here, that it's a 32k. Okay, but again, you know, it's smaller than the ones to the downside. So I think just looking at the liquidation levels, we cannot get that much information. But if I had to pick from here, I would say, you know, because there are $15 billion worth of long liquidations, and I can see the biggest spikes of liquidations to the downside, I would favor lower prices. Okay, but let's go into the liquidation heat map. I want to go first to the 1 month time frame, because I want to see that yellow bar getting, I can say, getting removed from the chart. Look at that. Okay, this is what I was telling you guys. Remember, you know, all these past videos that I was telling you why, you know, they set this spike here at 31,500, you know, and for $200 they didn't come a bit higher and take all this liquidity. And I was telling you that according to my logic and my understanding, it was just to, you know, build more liquidity in this zone. You can see how this yellow bar gets brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. Okay, that means that there is more liquidity building up in that level. Then yesterday with that move up, they took that liquidity, they reversed. Okay, and now, you know, we're in kind of no man's land. Let's see how it evolves from here. 7 days time frame. Let's have a look. Okay, I can see a lot of things here. Let me get this zone here. So we took all this liquidity that was from 31,350. Okay, you can see how we took all that liquidity. But now if you check, at least in the 7 days time frame, the next yellow bars are to the downside. Okay, 30,050, 29,800 again. I think we saw that in the liquidation levels. I think it was that level repeated. Okay, so, you know, I'm telling you guys, be careful, because according to high block capital, there is quite a lot of liquidity to the downside right now. According to the chart, maybe momentum has pivoted. So I want to go back to the chart and have another look. We are back in the charts now. If you allow me, let me check the dollar index, because yesterday it was dropping. I think might be quite an important key here for Bitcoin. Okay, okay, you can see here very clear the white rectangle. This white box is a resistance zone, and this orange line is a support zone. Okay, you can see that I got tested multiple times here. Okay, and we were talking about the possibility of a 3 taps pattern here with a deviation below 100. Okay, why below 100? If this orange line is at 148, you know, because it could deviate here, and that would be 113 or 120, and then go up. Well, I'll tell you, below 100 because it makes more sense, because 99, it's a better deviation because it sounds more like 90s, you know? So anybody that, if this is a deviation, I'm not saying that it is, okay? But if they form a deviation here, imagine how many people are right now shorting the dollar index because it's a 99, not 100, okay? Because it has lost the $100 level, okay? So if this is a deviation, guys, this is the perfect deviation, okay? Of course, it would only get confirmed if we get back inside this zone here, above this support line here, okay? And then in this move up towards this resistance, it might get here again rejected. But if this happens, this move up, Bitcoin is gonna take a tumble to the downside, okay? That's what I think. Now, in the opposite case, okay, if this is in fact a bearish pattern, as many people are saying, because this is a descending triangle that goes, I don't know, something like this, okay, so this is a descending triangle that has to break to the downside, okay. If that's the case, and this flag or this descending triangle plays out, okay, then what you want to see here for that bearish move to the downside and go lower is a retrace here. I think that we are due to a retrace, to be honest, with the dollar index. I see that it's quite overextended. Look at all these red candles here, and also most of them are quite large, so the chart is a bit overextended, you know. It needs to retrace to continue going lower. Now, if that's the case, I don't think that we're gonna get if it's bearish, okay, I don't think it's gonna get a full retrace towards this line here and then drop, okay. If this is truly bearish, the most likely thing is that we see a retrace, that it doesn't get to this orange line, okay. So go, for example, in this zone here, that's the 128 zone, for example, okay, and then from there drop lower, okay. That's the case if this is bearish. If this is bullish, of course, you know, you have to wait for it to get back inside this zone, and then here, once it is still a support, you can long and short Bitcoin very comfortably, okay. But that's what I think with the dollar index. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the dollar index to see what it does, because it can give you a clue what Bitcoin might do next. Okay, now let's get back to Bitcoin, guys. Here, okay, Bitcoin, 4-hour time frame. Okay, so we were talking about the idea of the deviation. Okay, then you want to see sideways move in the range highs that you can short. Okay, that's what I did yesterday. Why? Because here you have in the 1-hour time frame. Okay, let me tell you. You have here this week. You're gonna even see a better in the 4-hour time frame. Sorry, let me go back to the 4-hour time frame. Look at that week here. Very clear the week. Also, this was 5 in the morning for me, so 1 a.m. here. We were below the range highs. We had a wick to the downside, so I took a short from here at 31,414, I think it was. So it was basically in this zone here, okay? The wick has been at least partially filled, so it might now have another retrace to the up, okay? It might do another move up. That would be favored, but the idea at that, let me check the trading sessions, okay? Because you have here, let's mark Asia, London, and New York, okay? So this would be London. Sorry, this would be Asia, I mean. Okay, that move there would be Asia. Now London, if you notice, London is holding. Okay, it's holding here. And in 1.5, New York is gonna start to place. Okay, so what is likely to happen? It's likely that New York, you know, could have a drop, a stop hunt here, maybe fill the 100% of the wick here. Okay, and then move higher. Okay, so a move like this for today, I think it's possible for sure, okay, during the New York session. So that would be something like this. Let me mark it for you. Okay, but I have to be more tight. Something like this, okay. This move is possible if you follow the trading sessions pattern. This is what you want to see, okay. You want to see right at the start of the New York session, you want to see a stop hunt to the downside, fill the 50% of the wick, okay, and then go higher, okay. That's the bullish pattern that I can see today for Bitcoin. But in general terms, probably for next week, we'll see what Bitcoin does over the weekend. Probably not much, but at least that's what I'm expecting. Usually doesn't do much on the weekend, to be honest. But for next week, thinking that this is a deviation and we cannot get back above this zone here, above the range highs, okay? We're below the range highs, consolidating here, okay? Below resistance. And in the daily time frame, we had a fast move up, but we couldn't manage to break above this zone. I can't be bullish here, okay? I was bullish at 30k. I was bullish here, okay? I can't be bullish here at the highs because, we've had everything that I was telling you. We had the deviation, get back inside the range, consolidate on the resistance. So here I cannot be bullish. I cannot tell you that I'm gonna go favoring higher prices again, okay? Because for that I need to see push higher, break above this zone here, and then consolidate, and this would be my trigger to go long, okay? And that would be a scalp. Why? Because in all the way here there is a lot of resistance, okay? So that's pretty much everything, guys. Sorry if you are feeling very bullish and this video put you off a bit, but I'm just trying to be as neutral and objective as possible, okay? So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.